Hey guys, I'm back with another video. This is a story time. It's what happened to me over the summer and why I stopped posting, which I really didn't tell you about, but I decided to do a story time on it and tell you about it. So I got a blanket up, and yeah, so what happened is why. So I woke up, I walked down to, when I woke up it was a normal morning, I ate breakfast. And it was a nice day out. I walked down to this little park. It's a little park, and it's like a quarter of a mile away. It's got a park, it's got soccer fields, and it has a creek. And so I walked down there one day, and it was in July. So it was close to the 4th of July. And so I went down there and I seen there's a bridge over the water to get to the park and the soccer fields. And so on that bridge I seen 2 fireworks. So I picked them up. I ran home and grabbed a lighter and I lit them off. And then I tried and I saw it and I was dumb. And I thought, why don't I try to make my own firework? Which was stupid. Obviously, you can't make it with stuff you find at a creek. And so, yeah, I wanted to do that. So I found this little thing that was used for a firework that already had went off. And I filled that with leaves. And I twisted up sticks and stuff. Stuck that in there. And I found some, part of a mattress that I tore up and stuck in it. The little twisted up stick thing, leaves I put on, and I lit that. It didn't work, obviously, because it's not a wick. So, yeah, it didn't work. And then I said, oh well, yeah. And I stopped on that, and I just grabbed I grabbed part of that mattress that I found down there, and I decided I'm just gonna make a fire. So I grabbed that, and okay, it's just gonna stay like that. Apparently, I got a new kitten, so it's saying hi. I don't know what it wants. Okay, back to this thing. Okay, where was it? Okay, yeah. So I did that, and I grabbed a bunch of sticks, some dead leaves. And I did that, and then I tried to light it, and it worked. And I went home for a bit, got on this, and started playing, or I think I was just watching YouTube videos or something. And then I went back down there and checked on it, and it was still smoking, but pretty much all done. Like, the flame was gone, but it was just smoking. And then I tried to do it again. I grabbed some bigger sticks, and this was on some little concrete platform I found down there. So yeah, I did that. I got some bigger sticks this time, and I remember I seen people walking, and when I was going to get the bigger sticks, I didn't want them to see me because I didn't want them thinking that I was making a fire. So I waited for them to pass, and there was this little kid with her, and so she was pushing her in a wagon, not a wagon, just yeah, we would go with a wagon, kind of wagon, and a little wagon that kids are meant to ride in. And so I went in that, and she was in that, and her mom was pushing her, and he went back in that, and they went back and forth 5 to 10 times, and then they finally left. And then I was able to go grab the sticks, so I did, and there was kind of big, that ish, kind of bigger, and there were some long skinny ones, and then some other sticks that were normal sticks, kind of like this. And yeah, I have sticks in my room. So yeah, Grabbed all those, made it into like this teepee, and then surrounded like a log cabin. So it was a teepee inside like this log cabin. It didn't have a roof, it was just the site. And so I threw some of that mattress in there, and it wasn't lighting, obviously, because they're too big to light. So I threw some little bitty sticks in. Didn't work. So I stuffed all that down in there, and it wasn't lighting again. So I go home, get like this little bowl. I see lighter fluid, so I fill that up, and it wasn't working because it's lighter fluid and it needs a flame before it lights. And anything you hear me say from now on, do not try, because you'll see. Okay, so it wasn't working, so I tried to grab lighter fluid. That still wasn't working, and I figured out I need gas. And so I went home and I grabbed a little bowl, and my sister comes out because she knew I was up to something. I don't know how. Guess she's just my sister and they know shit. And they know stuff. So my sister comes out and I have the bowl, and she says, and I tell her what's happening, and I say, and she says, why don't you just use gas? And I said, yeah, that's what I'm about to do. And so, I get the gas, and we fill it up, and we go and we light it, and we walk down there together. And we got it in like this bowl, and like this bowl with the lid on it. And we dump it all over it with some lighter fluid, and I had like the bowl of lighter fluid, she had the gas. And then she makes like a line out, and then I light that. It gets some of my arm hairs. It didn't really feel anything, but I noticed my arm hairs, and it was like this big all of a sudden. And so we leave that there for a little bit, and I tell her I want to do it again with some more, because it's not, there's still a bunch of, it's still burning. I checked, and I said I wanted to go check on it, and she said she will in a bit. She's on the phone, on her phone, and so she's on her phone, and I say, well, okay. And so I walk, this is so soft, I walk out into the yard, and I get this glass, because I thought of a Molotov, and I couldn't find any bottles or like stuff, so I found this mason jar laying on the floor, or on the cabinet, on the top of the cabinet. So I grab that, I fill it a little bit with gas, I throw it, it like lights, and there's like an empty lot next to us. I light it, I get like a paper towel, I stick it, I light it with a lighter, it goes up fast, and I have it in my hand, and then I throw it, and then it goes, and it hits this tree leaf and lights that a little bit, but it doesn't stay for long, and then it makes like this splotch in the grass, and it didn't bust. So I said, I'll do it again with a bit more gas, with like half of the jar now. And it was like a mason jar, so it's like a decent size. And then, so I do that, and I put the paper towel in again, and I go get my sister. I said, hey, look what I did, just to get her to come out. I'd be like, yo, look what I did. Look what I've done. And then she comes out, and I say, okay, so I have this mason jar, and I'm going to throw it. And she's standing a good amount away from me, like at least a yard or two, like a football yard or two away. And so I get ready, I light it, it goes quick, and obviously, and I throw it like this instead of like how you're supposed to. I throw it like this, and the next thing you know, I'm looking at her, and she says, before I throw it, I look back and just make sure she's looking as I'm throwing it, and I turn around and like that, and next thing you know, I look back at her, she says, Sam, and then I notice that there's pain, and I look, and there's like it hurts, okay, so I know I'm on fire. I kind of roll, and I realize it's gas. It's probably not going to work. So I run inside really fast to the shower, and I just stay in the shower. I get it cold, and I'm running and screaming. And I'm in the shower, and I realize, holy crap, I was just on fire. And then my grandma is calling the ambulance. The ambulance is coming over to get me. And they asked me what happened. I tell them. And they said, well, at least you got quick thinking. And I said, yeah. And then they put me in this ambulance. And they walked me through the sun with burns. And I'm asking, is it 3rd degree? They said they don't know yet, but probably. And so, yeah. So I'm in the ambulance. And they said, you're going to get on a helicopter. You're going to be air evac'd away to the St. Louis hospital. It's a children's hospital. And so I realize, and I see my uncle, and I see my sister, and I see this cop that I know pretty good because it's my mom's friend. And they're there and looking at me, and then I see the ambulance door close. And I don't know how I don't know how I opened the doors because I was on fire and I had my eyes closed. But with my memory, this is what I remember. I remember like standing in the spot I was where I was on fire and looking at myself opening the door. And that is weird because that is what I remember. But obviously, I don't know. So I remember doing that and I was on fire. So I'm in the ambulance, and we get taken to this lot, which I later find out was near me, but I didn't really pay attention to it. And I don't remember much, but I remember being in the ambulance, and I was sitting up and stuff, and looking out the window down. And then we're at the hospital. They take me out. They're really careful with me. They start talking to me about what happened, and yeah, I told them what happened. And there was a lot of nurses that came in and just asked me what happened. And so I'm in there, and they put me under medicine and with IV, and it made me loopy and stuff, and it put me out. So yeah, I was like loopy and stuff, and they made me loopy. Yeah, so, and they looked at me, and they took, they snipped my shirt off, and they took my shoes off, and looked at me. So, they told me I got 15% of my body burned, and they put me under fluid, and fluids, give me water, so I don't drink. And yeah, the whole time I was in the hospital, and for about a week I was there, and then they put me in the ICU, intensive care unit. And I was watching the TVs and stuff there. And I don't really remember my days, but I know I didn't eat for a week. So yeah, I'm watching TV and stuff. And they got this little remote and I can't even sit up at all. And then after I'm in ICU, they put me back in a different room that looked like the room I was in at first, and I was able to there, and I was in there for I think 5 days, and yeah, 5 days, okay. So then, after that, they looked at me again, and then they said, you're going to be going home tomorrow after 5 days. And after 4 days, and then I said, okay, thanks. And they were all really nice. They got this TV. I was watching the Boondocks and stuff all the time. American Dad, Family Guy, stuff like that, all day. And I didn't go to the bathroom either for like 4 weeks. Even when I got home, I didn't go to the bathroom. I mean, I wasn't eating, so obviously. But, yeah, so I wasn't going to the bathroom, and they said I had like a bad night that night. I feel like I was going to throw up a lot. I didn't, but I felt like it. And, I don't know, but they kept me there that night just to see if I would be good or not to go home. And then the next day I got home, and there was still like the grass dead and stuff. Yeah, the grass was all still dead from where I was rolling at and where the fire was. And then, that's my other cat. Anyway. So, yeah, I got home, and they said I had to eat a lot so I would heal faster. And I had to go back to that hospital, which is an hour and 30-minute drive away, every week. And they re-bandaged me because they had bandaged me. And I played Roblox all day. I played Mad City and, yeah, pretty much all day with the controller on the laptop. And that was all day. Except when I was sleeping. And then I laid down. That's a cat. He's an older cat. Okay, anyway. So yeah, so I had to go back there like every week. They rebanded me. And then one week they said that I didn't have to come there anymore until another month for a checkup. And then they took all my bandages off. And then a month later, I wasn't healed, and I had to put like stuff on my neck and back so it wouldn't dry out or something, so I'd give it the liquids. I had to put like Vaseline and aloe gel and lotion that they gave me, and I had to put that on and take oxycodons and other pain medicine. So yeah, and then I went back there after a month, and they said I didn't need all that anymore. I just had to like massage my neck with lotion every day. And then school started. I still had to put stuff on my neck, and it was so dumb. And everyone was asking me what happened, and yeah, and then it's just, I wasn't able to go in the sun. I always had to stand the rest of the summer. And yeah. So then school started. Like a month, not even a month after school started, I could go outside after another doctor's appointment. And so I could go outside, and I had to have a lot of sunscreen on. They said, my doctors said, and I said, okay. And then the last video, my last video, I was still like healing and stuff. And yeah, so, now I'm fine, I'm running, I'm moving normally. I had to do therapy too. I had to like do this with my neck and up and down 10 times every day. Yeah, so that is why I haven't been posting over the summer, and that's why I stopped for a while. I hope you did enjoy this story time. Share it, like it if you liked it. You don't need to like it if you don't like it, obviously. But if you liked it, let me know. Like it. Leave comments on what you thought, if you can. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Subscribe. There's more content coming soon. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't enjoy it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I'll see you on the next video.